Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between VortiX and ThorZaIN. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. For those of you guys who are trying to follow everything, this was taken from the Dreamhack WarCraft 3 Open Winter Season out of Asia, as things are already getting underway here. VortiX has spawned as the red undead player over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have ThorZaIN spawning as the yellow human. Yellow human opening up here. We are building a pretty standard opening here. This does not look like ThorZaIN's rifleman build. Paladin rifleman. Nope, not this time around. It looks like it will be either the classic Archmage or Mountain King coming up in this battle here on Concealed Hill. I've said this in the past. Concealed Hill, a very interesting map, especially as it gets into this late game, as this Concealed Hill is essentially a concealed king of the hill map. Whoever controls this center expansion in the middle portion of the map, definition of center, you end up getting a major economic advantage. Is it possible to overcome that economic advantage? Yes, it is. We have seen players come back from and win even though their opponent has an economic advantage if they're not able to execute and defend with their army and units well. What ends up happening is all of those units end up turning into experience for the opponent, and thereby, because your opponent has more experience, the heroes are able to carry the game. It's one of the reasons why I like WarCraft 3 as a game. There are more resources than you would normally think of. Real-time strategy games obviously have and this is more of a challenge back against Huck, really. And I don't know if you guys had read his article on what he wants to see from a real-time strategy game. And well, I'm kind of sad to see how lowly he rated Warcraft 3. But what I really like about Warcraft 3 is that, well, the different resources in the game. Normally, when you think of resources, especially in Warcraft 3 or StarCraft 2, I'll name those two for all of you Blizzard fans out there. You think about, minerals and gas. You think about lumber and gold. And those are the things you really think about. However, in Warcraft 3, you also have to consider hero experience. Hero experience is that uncanny resource that players often forget about. But if you are behind in level, which is being behind in experience, you end up having a much more difficult time trying to execute any types of strategies and being able to fight well with your units. That's one of the reasons why I think if you don't understand Warcraft 3 enough, then well, you may think that it is not the same or not as high level caliber of a real-time strategy game as it really is. What is he doing? Is he attacking that Tome of Intelligence? Come on. Oh, ThorZaIN attacking the Tome of Intelligence. A new level. Wait, a new level of not wanting to read your books, going a little bit, extreme alt-right by destroying books as well. Come on, Archmage, you know better than that. Okay, both sides setting up expansions. ThorZaIN setting up an expansion, going to be getting up a scout tower. Most likely will be upgraded into an arcane tower to help with that beetle infestation, which is most likely to come. Coming back across over here, ThorZaIN now finishing off the remainder of this creep camp and will get to level 3. Are we looking at an arcane tower here? Yes, that is getting built. There is also a lumber mill as well. So, I like how there is, going back to my initial thought earlier, I like how there is stress and the different types of resources on the game. I will also say that mana is a resource that matters much more in Warcraft 3 than it does in StarCraft 2. That the fact that if the map runs out of resources, mana becomes that all important third resource that is still continually generated. We are looking at VortiX now being forced to push back here. Archmage does have had a staff of teleportation, able to push inside here with no real problem. And now, another peasant getting taken out there. Would have thought that would either have been denied or somehow stopped here, as the arcane tower just destroying all of the remainders of this beetle, forcing this Crypt Lord to back away. As I said earlier, mana is incredibly important, as we see VortiX without mana on this hero. spells making a very large difference in Warcraft 3. And as you run out of resources on the map, the player who has access to healing, if there isn't a fountain of health on the map, will generally win out on those battles. All other things being equal. Good morning, everyone. I felt like a little twinge, felt a little bit off not casting for you guys in the morning, and hence this, well, an additional or extra cast, which even though I am on vacation, I'm at home right now, as you know, it's 2020. I'm at home, but still waking up early to cast for you guys. Coming back around, we're looking at another infestation making its way across here, and we're going to be looking at so many beetles, so many ghouls, putting in all of this pressure once more. How much damage can really be done? Are the peasants going to be able to? Well, no, peasants are already falling. They're trying to get replenished as well, as we're looking at the Archmage with water elementals putting in pressure back on the other side here. Another ghoul could get taken down. Archmage with boots of speed and claws of attack +6, going to make short work of that ghoul, as it could head back off to the side here. Low hit point ghoul is going to be double backing around, and ThorZaIN with the boots of speed going to be able to get in front of those ghouls and get in some damage onto those ghouls once more. All right, there goes one, there goes another attack. Is it going to be enough? One more attack maybe needed. No, ghouls are just trying to back away now, and they're getting corralled. This is like sheep herding 101 pretty much, as that ghoul now going to be trying to dive on inside here. How much damage can it really do? Not much, but at least it will not be giving any sort. Oh, who's going to get the kill? Arcane Tower gets the final shot off. Archmage gets in another kill here, and this is just turning into a large amount of experience for this Archmage. Is the Archmage going to get to level 4? That is the question. Oh, Staff of Teleportation coming in. Water Elementals coming back across. Are we going to see an Impale? Oh, that could be a very big deal right there, as that low hit point ghoul able to escape at 83 hit points. All right, Archmage could be in trouble. Oh, there's the Impale. Is we going to see a surround? And yes, however, the Archmage able to slip through the cracks right there again. All right, damage adding back in once more. Are we going to see enough damage? Yes, another ghoul falls, as ThorZaIN racking up those ghoul kills slowly but steadily. All right, damage getting added in back once more. However, the Crypt Lord of VortiX also getting a large amount of experience. It's going to get taken down as well, as the Archmage tries to go after this low hit point ghoul. However, it's not really that low yet, as we were looking at the VortiX trying to bounce around. Line of sight is incredibly important here, as you can see. We can see both sides of these trees since we have sight on both players, but ThorZaIN has to walk around the trees in order to gain sight on those ghouls. Archmage trying to figure out what to do next, double backing around. Low hit point ghoul. There's another attack right there, as however ThorZaIN trying to slip away once more. An army of footmen perhaps now reaching in from the north, as the tech to tier 2 is nearly done. Halls of the Dead already done here. We are now getting up a slaughterhouse. We can see a Ziggurat upgrading to a spirit tower alongside a Nerubian tower as well. Holidays have gone pretty well so far. Extra time at home, and just working things out with my children. Oh, VortiX, this is the downside. I was waiting for a human player or another player to actually start punishing undead players who unsummon their Altar of Darkness in order to get that fast expansion up a little bit faster. We can see right there that Altar of Darkness being unsummoned once more. Water Elemental now being forced to back away. Archmage, well, Water Elemental trying to back away here. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Footmen and Skeletal Minions making their way back in from the north again. All right. I don't know if Xander Dorn watches my my YouTube videos, but I will say this: Xander Dorn, I want to see a map that uses a map that uses high ground and low ground again. Something where it matters that you are Impale right at the end. ThorZaIN could be in trouble. Is he going to end up getting surrounded? Yes, he is. Scroll of Town Portal forced to be used right there. It is going to go ahead and teleport away. ThorZaIN able to save that 45 hit point footman, and now use a Scroll of Regeneration. Double guard towers, one arcane tower in position, as well. ThorZaIN and VortiX still playing off of one hero right now. Nothing being trained as of yet. Nope, Mountain King already back out. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, Stormbolt onto this Crypt Fiend right here. This damage is going to add up very quick, as the Mountain King going to be able to get a nice block in once more. Mountain King now turning back around, and perhaps going to try and chase after some units. Does have boots of speed. Will it be able to snipe down, get a unit to trail again? All right. One of the things that I did learn from Huck's article about positioning and how positioning matters. Positioning also really depends on the map makers, the map making community out there, making positions of interest matter on the map. And as I've said earlier, the concealed hill is incredibly important because of this well, it's concealed king of the hill location, arcane mage or archmage now trying to make its way back over here. Are we going to get some damage there? Oh, there goes that little beetle trying to break free. Are we going to see another abolish? What's going on here? Who gets the experience? I believe actually the archmage got the experience right there. Mountain King gets up to level 2. Are we going to be looking at a stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend? There it goes. There's a stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend trying to prevent any easy escape, as this one unit could be in trouble. All right, there's a thunderclap, and wow, a massive slow across multiple units, as another ghoul could get lost in transit. All right, another ghoul trying to run back home, scared and afraid, but the Archmage, well, taking care of that. I think the green ogre map camp at Echo Isle should be high ground, low ground. Yeah, that's well, I don't know about that. High ground, low ground at a creep camp doesn't really make that big of a difference. I'm talking about like at the entrance to your base and subtleties like that. When it's a difference between high ground and low ground against keeps or creeps, but you're not really engaging or having battles against your opponent there, then it doesn't really matter. Right here though, ThorZaIN gonna go ahead. There is a thunderclap trying to get a slow off. There's a stormbolt, and the Mountain King is gonna end up getting taken down. It does finally go down right there, but a thunderclap slow was executed once more. Archmage now trying to retreat back, as we're looking at some footmen trying to retreat back at, well, that could be imbalanced. Yeah, no, it could be imbalanced. It gives a little bit of a defender's advantage. Choke points. It works in StarCraft 2, right, where you have choke points and you have ramps leading up into your base, so you don't get attacked early on nearly as much, or your opponent has to really risk more to try and translate that give a little bit of a home field advantage, especially in cases where it's like undead versus undead. All of a sudden, if you are teching the tier 2 as an undead, or teching the tier 3 as an undead player, right? If your undead opponent is walking onto your blight and regenerating hit points as well, it doesn't really feel like you have a true home field advantage. Archmage alongside the Paladin now wandering around. There's a Death Coil trying to save that Banshee right there. Banshee could still be in trouble. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? One, a Mana Stealing is on that Mountain King, but it should be on cooldown right now, as Death Coil still coming back across. All right, there's a little bit of disenchant once more. Stormbolt onto a Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend taking some damage, as the Paladin is right there ready to get a Holy Light off onto that Mountain King. Don't make me a liar. Where's the Holy Light onto the Mountain King? I don't see it quite yet, as the Mountain King, well, there it goes, gets healed up, but did not have enough mana for a Stormbolt, as some beetles and some other units going to end up getting taken down. All right, surround onto the Death Knight. Death Knight losing a little bit of precious mana. Is he going to be able to get a Death Coil off? That is the question. There is another Holy Light saving on that Death Knight again. Paladin being forced to back up. Crippler continuing to engage. Knight should actually be trailing behind here. Are we going to see a Staff of Sanctuary? No, we are not. Death Coil was not needed. Paladin was already gone, but the Death Knight wanted to ensure that kill, as the Knights are still raining in from the north. All right, more damage coming back across here. Mountain King is right there, sitting at 61 mana. Doesn't have that much mana. Scroll of Town Portal transferred to the Death Knight, as the Death Knight now retreats back home. All right, Spellbreaker able to stay alive right there. Units now making their way back off to the north. Paladin is getting resurrected, perhaps back at home, as the Mountain King, Archmage, and Knights make their way over to this Fountain of Health. All right. I don't know if it would actually work out well having VortiX coming back across here, getting a major impale across all of these units, as we're going to see a Frost Nova come down onto all of those priests. The entire backline of ThorZaIN in serious trouble, as only one priest out of the 3 who got hit by that impale are able to stay alive. Mountain King does have Bloodlust right now, a little bit of a bonus help from the Ogre Magi, as there are no destroyers yet up in the air. Red Drake here joining in on the fight. Paladin could be in trouble. There's an impale, but it doesn't hit the Paladin, as the Paladin tries to make its way back through. Bloodlust onto the Knights, and all of a sudden Bloodlust on those Knights, and those Knights are moving as fast as, well, they probably already should. Bloodlust on those Knights, moving very quickly, able to get in position. Are we going to see Staff of Sanctuary? No Staff of Sanctuary. That low hit point Knight needs to head back here, and I am surprised that we still don't see a Staff of Sanctuary as of yet. Fly Machine trying to go after some of those units, and Destroyers are in the air right there. There's the Thunderclap coming across multiple units again as a slow, taking down a or allowing a Banshee to get taken out. More damage coming back across here. Mountain King gets a Holy Light saved again as the battle is still raging on. Another Crypt Fiend going to end up getting lost as the Mountain King is in that frontline location. All right, Knight trying to get back down to 69 hit points is going to be able to retreat. Mountain King sitting at level 3. Knight able to back away once more, and ThorZaIN seeming to be able to save all of his units as VortiX retreats back home. Wait, no. Apparently, ThorZaIN not able to save any of his units as one gung-ho Spellbreaker charges on in a bit too far. All right, the remainder of this Fountain of Health will get cleared out here. Mountain King, Paladin, Death Knight is off over here as well. Are we going to see an up? And this is interesting. The Fountain of Health is on an uphill high ground. So if you are fighting with your back to the Fountain of Health, not only do you have a hit point regeneration bonus, you also have your opponent missing you when they try and attack. That is a major advantage right there, and one of the reasons why you should not be fighting at that Fountain of Health. Yeah, concealed hit. If I don't know if this gold mine was actually like recessed into the ground, where you end up fighting on low ground if you're trying to keep King of the Hill, putting you at a defender's disadvantage. That might be interesting, where you do want the gold mine, but is it worth risking to try and get that extra bit of gold, knowing that trying to defend in that location is going to be a little bit difficult. Coming back around here, Archmage sitting at, okay, well, Human sitting at 543, Undead sitting at 422. Death Knight really needs to get to that level 3 position for those 400 hit point heals. Lich with that Frost Nova, Banshee now healing up or anti-magic shelling the entire Undead army, or should be here, as a couple of webs now coming down across. 3, well, Fly Machines quickly taken out as well. Death Knight saying thank you for all the experience. Let's go, as we see a major impale come down here. All right, Staff of Sanctuary. Are we going to see a Thunderclap or do anything? There goes a Tome of Agility. Are we going to see some items? There's a Thunderclap as well, as Knights are getting taken out. Red Drake off over here. One Water Elemental, not realizing that there's another major fight going on as another Knight gets taken down. Level 3 now on that Death Knight. Death Knight will be able to retreat back, and this will give ThorZaIN the opportunity to clear out the remainder of this creep camp. Archmage should really be backing away, though, as the Archmage cannot gain any of that experience. All right, what item was picked up? Rune Bracers, just exactly what the doctor ordered for that Mountain King, as he is going to be difficult to try and take out. Mountain King sitting at level 3. If he's protected against those Death Coil Frost Novas, that will be huge. But ThorZaIN is behind on supply. 72 supply compared to 80. VortiX and ThorZaIN pretty much neck and neck. Destroyers coming in and saying, wow, those water elementals, don't they look delicious? As the water elemental now looking to back up once again. Priest now getting in. Well, Priests are once again trailing in this fight here. Spellbreakers and Priest with flying machines. Only a handful of Knights. The Knights, Staff of Sanctuary, only one right there. Not enough Staff of Sanctuaries to save all those units, as VortiX is really pushing hard and may be able to start doing some irrecoverable damage. All right, coming back around here, Lich sitting at level 2 is going to be able to focus down any of these units here. Are we seeing some damage? Units trying to repair or at that workshop. 3 peasants right there, and well, unable to get a proper positioning. Mountain King Stormbolt onto a Banshee. Mountain King going to dive on in. There's a Thunderclap, and well, with that Thunderclap going to be slowing things down. All right, Flying Machines going after the Destroyers. Destroyers now being forced to retreat back. Spellbreakers are trying to go for a surround, and Spellbreakers, this mass Spellbreaker army, very powerful indeed, as the Archmage is able to dance around here. All right, Archmage, where is it going to go? Taking a lot of damage, down to 367 hit points. There's a Death Coil. Are we going to see a Holy Light as the Archmage does fall? Paladin was too far away, and all of a sudden, Paladin now sits at level 3 as it gains a lot of experience. All right, level 5 Archmage is taken down. Level 3 now on the Lich, as well. We are looking at ThorZaIN in a bit of trouble losing his level 5 hero. There goes another Thunderclap, though. But was it was it a queen sacrifice in order to lose the Archmage, but take down a lot of the Obsidian statues and all of the other remaining units? Death Coil onto the Lich. Mountain King going after all of these units again. Archmage is resurrected at the at the tavern as the mounting, well, all of these low hit point crypt fiends somehow able to stay alive here. Knights unable to chase after those low hit point crypt fiends. Archmage has to be very careful. Death Knight, well, Death Knight and Lich both have mana. Staff of Sanctuary saves another unit once more as the Paladin really just raging on in here. There goes some more damage again. Are we going to see another crypt fiend? Two crypt fiends taken down. Third crypt fiend taken down. Archmage could be in trouble. It has been healed up. Are we going to see a Holy Light there? No. Double queen sacrifice, losing the Archmage again as the Mountain King, well, throws down a Thunderclap, but a little bit too late as the Crypt Fiend able to get away. Spellbreaker's trying to retreat back around here. Lich, well, no more mana, won't take any bonus damage. Potion of Invulnerability on that Paladin as the Paladin now tries to retreat back again. Arcane Tower getting instant bonus damage as well. Mountain King trying to come back around. I don't see a resurrection here as we're looking at the Mountain King perhaps trying to get in front once more. As soon as that Archmage is gone, all of a sudden you are looking at the Mountain King without mana. All right, Mountain King trying to go after the remaining units. Perhaps going after the spell or the Obsidian statue is going to be an easy call right there. Any unit with mana has a giant target on its back as the Crypt Lord sits at level 5. Death Knight sitting at level 3. The Spellbreakers could be trying to engage there as well. Death Coil onto a Sorceress, giving level 4 to the Death Knight. 65 supply compared to 79. VortiX now starting to take a very large lead again. Archmage is not getting resurrected as we're looking at ThorZaIN. Oh, ThorZaIN has knights trapped at home. Oh, that is... ThorZaIN has a knight trapped at home. I don't know if there's actually enough room for those knights to head back around on the outside. 69 supply. That knight sitting here, unable to do very much. Unable to head back out, and that is going to be a major problem, losing 4 supply like that. All right, coming back down here, we see a Spellbreaker. It is going to heal up once more. The main Undead army now making its way off to the north. Yeah, thank you for the follow, as the units are now going to be engaging again. All right. Crypt Lord, Death Knight, Lich, 5-4-3, an army of Crypt Fiends right here. Don't those Crypt Fiends look bigger than well, don't they just look scary? And if you saw, I don't know, if you saw a giant 6-foot spider or 6-footed and 6-foot spider, wouldn't you be absolutely scared? Thank you for the follow as the Mountain King continuing to just move on in here. Flying machines being brought back over. A level 2 Thunderclap really making its presence known here, slowing things down as the Obsidian statue is in the back. Militia now trying to push its way over. 73 supply compared to 74 as the Archmage gets impaled once more. Archmage has a giant target on its back right now, but because of the Rune Bracers seems to be okay. A little bit more difficult to take out. And VortiX with a 3rd Scroll of Town Portal has really been able to constantly save those units as well. However, well, it doesn't matter if you try and save a unit if all of a sudden, what's going on here? Just come on, Stormbolt. Yeah, if you Stormbolted the Banshee, then the Obsidian statue in the back would have had problems as well. All right, it looks like the Knights were able to join back in on the fight. 70 supply compared to 64. Paladin, Mountain King, and Archmage sitting at 5-4-3 as well. Hero levels are about the same, and a little bit closer to 4 than the Archmage is to 6. As that Paladin, well, as that Archmage was taken out a couple of times. Paladin now getting up level 2 Devotion Aura. Divine Shield should be extremely difficult to take out. Meanwhile, VortiX, the first to try and take the King of the Hill location here in the center. As VortiX desperately tries to hold on to this location here. Oh, I wonder if you put mortar teams right here, could you should can is it too high up, or can you actually lob attacks into that location there? That would be interesting, being able to lob attacks and hit that haunted gold mine, making it difficult. There goes another ghoul getting taken out. Level 2 Holy Light, level 2 Holy Light dealing so much damage. There goes another ghoul again, and VortiX is actually getting his units sniped down. This is going to be bad news for VortiX. VortiX needs to hold on to the center expansion to get the win now. He is down in supply, even though he's taken down the Archmage twice and gotten a little bit of an experience lead. It does not, it hasn't really translated out onto the field. In fact, the Archmage, well, in fact, the human army actually has higher levels overall, even though the Crypt Lord being at level almost level 6 doesn't really matter unless it gets there. And if it does get there, well, is Locust Swarm gonna be a big enough difference, as we're looking at a large number of spell breakers in this army composition? Archmage trying to make its way over. Archmage does have inner fire. Are we going to be looking at an engagement here? Mountain King, well, threatening to put pressure on across here. Are we looking at it? Yes, we are looking at a thunderclap across multiple units. There goes the Impale, as all of the units were in a single file line. Multiple sorceresses and priests still stunned as the Mountain King gets in another thunderclap again. There goes a Stormbolt onto the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord could be in trouble. Crypt Lord, it does have anti-magic shell, but it's not going to matter as the Knights were able to surround it. Militia coming in from the other side, and beautiful positioning by ThorZaIN to choose to attack from the south side, allowing Militia to engage from the north and to prevent any sort of retreat. I do not think that VortiX was expecting a two-pronged attack, and even though the peasants are, well, the Militia are now in the peasant form, they are causing traffic here on the freeways, preventing this Crypt Fiend from being able to escape. All right, units getting just lost in traffic as the Crypt Lord is now back out onto the field. Crypt Lord still sitting at level 5. Unable, well, does have a potion of mana, should be able to use that and perhaps get off in an Impale. 62 supply compared to 66, much closer than I originally thought, as we could be looking at the death of a knight. Well, let's wait, there it goes, as we now see level 6 on the Crypt Lord. All right, do we see Locust Swarm? Yes, we do see Locust Swarm, but he used the potion of mana to get off the Impale, and now doesn't have enough mana for that Locust Swarm right there, having the ultimate ability and unable to use it as the Crypt Lord gets taken down. And, well, level 6 Crypt Lord falls. He went for the ultimate ability, but didn't have the mana. Death Knight now back out onto the field. Does have a potion of mana. Is it going to use the potion of mana to try and save this Lich right here? All right, units trying to engage. There is that baiting of that Death Coil, as the Knight could be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, there's a Holy Light trying to save it right there. All right, Knight looking to back up once more. We could be looking at another Death Coil onto the Lich, Stormbolt onto the Lich as well. And now with the surround and no more mana, things are just going from bad to worse. 47 supply compared to 48. Things looking about even. Mountain King does not have mana, and that is the GG. Mountain King would have perhaps easily just caught up and finished things off. A beautiful, beautiful game here between ThorZaIN and VortiX. So many lead changes, so much fun back and forth, as ThorZaIN able to hold on and in the end win in the last couple of fights, really coming out on top. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Everyone on Twitch, stay tuned. More Warcraft 3's videos coming up. And if you're watching on YouTube, well, I guess click on another one of my videos.